Good evening to all my kings and queens of the universe. This is your girl, New Queen of the Chocolate Honey Podcast. Make sure you check me out on Anchor. Welcome to Black Smoke. I wanted to just do a video just keeping it real with y'all. Uh, as you all know, I am the person that wanted to build this community of just realness and I am a close to 40-year-old woman, and I don't have any quote-unquote real friends like that. So, let me just tell y'all what happened. First, let me just represent my Crown Royal Salted Caramel. And if you got a blunt, make sure you spark up a blunt. If you don't smoke weed, make sure you spark up a cigarette. I'm in the process of actually quitting right now, so and I usually smoke when I drink. So that's the thing that I'm doing. But, I'm going to get some wisdom teeth pulled out tomorrow. Actually today, because it is like literally June 1st right now. And I'm off work. So I figured, let me go ahead and do the video. I still got all my teeth. I got to get these wisdom teeth pulled, and it's going to be hard for me to talk. But anyway, let me just tell y'all. Let me go ahead and get into the video. So, I was dating a guy. Let me just start from the beginning. I started working at this bar about 4 years ago. During this time at the bar, there was one particular person who I would, talk to most of the time. We became really good friends. He's a mechanic. We were really good friends. He's a Taurus also. Ding, Tauruses. So it was really cool. And, eventually after about I would say about a year and a half of us being friends, he decided to ask me out. We went out on a few dates. We had a lot of fun. It was really nice. Very sweet. He's a great dad. He's older, about 10 years my senior. So let me just put that in there. So, mind you, I started working at this bar. Maybe it's 2021 now. So 2017. 2018, we were good friends. Going into 2019, we started dating a little bit more. I would say, like towards the end of 2019, going into 2020. It was cool or whatever. Then things kind of fell apart. That was only because I can honestly say, for me, my experience with him it was good for the most part, but I think he's toxic, and you'll understand why when I tell you this. So again, we stopped dating, we were still cool. He would still come to the bar I work at, or whatnot. So that was cool, no biggie. I started allowing him to work on my vehicle again. So with that being said, at this time, unbeknownst to me, he was actually dating someone, even when he was talking to me during that time. This person that he was talking to, he was dealing with this person for 9 years. This is what he told me. I didn't know this. So, with that being said, the person that he was dealing with for the past 9 years or so, off and on, happened to find out where I lived. He would come over and buy food, or he'd come over and we'd chill out, we'd smoke or whatever. And this is kind of a weird situation, so try to keep up with me. Okay, so we're just going to call this guy the mechanic. So the mechanic was dealing with a person for about 9 years off and on. He was also dealing with me at that time, but not the 9 years, just within that year and a half or whatever, between 2018 and 2020. We were off and on talking or whatnot. In November of 2020, there was an incident with my vehicle. At the time, I had a truck, and I love me some nice, good trucks. I'm just picking up my little extra weed over here, my medicine and everything. So yeah, so we were talking and everything, but at this time in November of 2020, we were just friends. We just friends. No hanky panky or anything. My tires end up getting flat. Not just one tire, all four. So I'm like, this is crazy. I'm not dealing with anyone. Like literally not dealing with anyone at this time. And this is November of 2020. So I've literally been single, not even dealing, like literally not even having no one at my house or anything like that. It's just been me and my kids for several months at this time. I've dated, but no hanky panky or anything like that. So November 2020, I come out. My son, we getting ready to I'm getting ready to take him to, virtual or whatever, his school, and all my tires are flat. Like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, how is this happening? So I call a few people. The mechanic happens to be one of the persons that I called. I let him know, hey, I got some flat tires. I need some help. And at the time, was it all four? No, I think it was two. No, it was all four. So I was actually able to order two more tires. He said he was able to actually come over to take them off. That was cool. He was able to take them off once I got off work. Now, mind you, I get off work about 2 o'clock in the morning. But he's a mechanic. So he has these lights that he can plug up in his vehicle and it'll shine on my vehicle so he can take the tires off, throw them in the back of my truck, and I can go ahead and get these tires, off in the morning, to the shop, go ahead and replace them, all that good shit. As he's getting ready to take off the tires, mind you, it's 2 something in the morning, we hear a car skirt up. It's this chick. This chick jumps out, starts snapping on me. How the fuck you fixing her car? And woo, woo, woo. Now, she see him fixing my vehicle, but at the same time, I'm not knowing who this chick is. Mind you, while he's fixing my vehicle, he's actually talking to me. We having a conversation. He's telling me I got stalkers and all this other type of shit. And I'm like, first of all, you're not even with me. You're not laying up with me. So how you is going to assume that I have stalkers? In reality, he has stalkers, which was this young lady that pulled up. So she get out, she snapping or whatever. Me, unbeknownst to me, I don't know what the fuck going on. So I go in my house, I get my gun. I'm like, what the fuck? Y'all need to get off my property. He go ahead and take his shit. You know what I'm saying? It was my jack that he was using. So, my shit was just still left up or whatever. Okay, so that happens. We get into it. Now, this happens to be a Friday night. How I remember it's a Friday night because that Saturday I didn't hear anything, but that Sunday I was with my mom and I get a phone call from this same young lady. And she actually snapping on me. And I'm like, bitch, what the fuck you snapping on me for? I have nothing to do with y'all. I'm not fucking with this guy. Don't need him. You can go ahead and have him. Sparks up the blunt because it gets better. So after that happens, this is November. So November, December, January, I barely see him. He comes up to the bar every blue moon, but I don't see him. His friends that come up to the bar too, whatever. January, February, March, I see him. I'm not gonna lie. I had missed him. I missed his friendship. We talked. It was a nice talk. you know, um, he told me all this extra stuff, and this is how I found out that he was dealing with this person for like 9 years, because he actually sat up here and told me all this extra shit. So I'm like, okay, what the fuck? Why did I have to have anything to do with that? So he cashes me out. He sends me some money for the damaged part of the vehicle. But then the same night I see him, that morning, this was March 21st. Okay. The same night I see him, this is a Saturday. I'm going into a Sunday, which is March 21st. I wake up that morning. I go outside. All four of my tires are flat again. But not only that, my whole my whole truck is squiggly lines all around. Even the hood. Like, what the fuck is going on here? So, of course, I'm calling him. He's not answering. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I have cameras. The cameras was able to show some stuff, but they were so fuzzy that I couldn't even, like, get it to the police station to where they can, just neither here nor there. When I finally get in touch with him, he's so apologetic. I tell him what happened. He's apologetic and all this other type of shit. But then, he cashed me out. I ended up calling insurance, got the vehicle to the place. The place ended up telling me after about a week or so that they have to total my vehicle out. Mind you, I spent 2 years saving for the vehicle that I got, the truck, because I really wanted the truck, this particular truck. It was a 2007 Avalanche. It was a converter truck, and I cater food, so this was perfect for me. I loved it. It was beautiful. Felt good to me. I didn't have to put a lot of work into it. It was a beautiful vehicle. So I was very hurt when they told me they had to total my vehicle out. It took a lot out of me. It was like a punch, directly, like a punch, closed fist, might I add. Anyway, after all of that, my dumb ass, I sat up here and I decided to talk to this man again. Mind you, I didn't even tell you that he snapped on me one night. He was drunk, and I can honestly tell you guys, I'm not a disrespectful person. I'm not sitting up here coming at him crazy. Now, what I do say that come out my mouth, people may not like it because it's too real for them to actually swallow. But that's not my fault. How it comes out is very calm, but what comes out is what they can't swallow. So I'm not disrespectful in my delivery, but sometimes the delivery be too real for people to handle, so to speak. I've been in that place before. It's cool. However, I decided to talk to him again. And that was where I fucked up at. We all made stupid decisions. And that was one of mine. And I'm too old to be making those type of decisions. With that being said, he sat up and, from what I thought, he expressed his love for me and wanted to be with me, and it was amazing. It was really cool. And then we get to this past weekend. Okay. So he had been coming over. We had been chilling and we'd smoke. He'd come over when I get off work. Spend some time with me. We talking, catching up, because he own a business, I own a business, so we just catching up on our day, dealing with these crazy customers that we have, smoking, having a few drinks. And then Friday comes and we split that morning, and then I don't see or hear from him the rest of the day. Me personally, I think I did reach out once, because I was busy as well. But then I'm like, okay, you say you was gonna hit me up once you got done with what you're doing at the shop. I didn't hear from him. I'm at work. If I have to call you, like, just to get your attention, then we have a problem. Like, what the fuck is going on? He tells me he's not used to, like, reporting or checking in. Like, I don't need you to check in with me. And if that's what you call checking in, then whatever. All I want is some time from you. Just to know that I'm on your mind. Like, just let me know, like, hey, Q, I'm tired. I'm just gonna go home and go to sleep. I can send a text. You can call me. Or you can send a text, hey, I'm frustrated. I shut down. I'm a Taurus too. I get that. I just need some time. Just let me know what's going on. I don't want to be sitting up here guessing. That's the only thing. I wouldn't allow you to guess. So anyway, Saturday we go, shopping for some food stuff. And it was cool. I was still a little bit irritated because it's like he was okay with what happened Friday. I wasn't. He didn't try to, for me, he didn't try to make it better. He didn't try to make me feel better about the situation. So I just was like, fuck it. In my head, I knew something else was going to happen to deteriorate our relationship. I just knew. I got that feeling. So Saturday, that's what happened. We split up Saturday, probably about early part of the afternoon because I was busy. I had something else to do. I had to go meet my dad. He had other things to do. So that was cool. I didn't see or hear from him no more Saturday. Period. Now, mind you, when we went shopping Saturday, we both got food. I actually told him that I was barbecuing for Memorial Day on that Sunday, which was yesterday. Technically Sunday, because we're into Tuesday now. It's June 1st. He was with me. Now, in order for me to say I'm cooking for us tomorrow, that means the very next day. So I'm thinking, because you saying you're my man, you trying to fuck with me like that, you're gonna be there. You're gonna you're gonna come by. Whatever. So what happens is Saturday, he doesn't come by. I don't see him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was kind of crazy. Because I seen him at the bar. What was that, Saturday night? Yeah, I seen him at the bar. Nope, I didn't. He was asleep. I didn't even talk to him. He told me to call him at 11 to wake him up. I called. He didn't answer. That was cool. Whatever. I was a little salty, but I got over it. I just came home, got my food ready for the next day that I was going to be barbecuing, which was the lamb chops. Sauteed those, got those marinated with, and then did my chicken wings and all that good stuff. Sunday morning, I'm up. I'm getting, I'm barbecuing. I got my shit on the grill. He calls. He needs medicine. So I'm like, okay, cool. You can slide through or whatever. I'm like, what happened? Thought you was going to be coming by and stuff. He tells me he got a call late Saturday afternoon saying that these people wanted him to barbecue for them on Sunday at this kickball thing. And I know he'd be busy. He loves to skate. This is an active person. He loves to skate. He loves to barbecue. He works on cars. I get it. But you can at least let me know what's going on so I won't be expecting you to be here, because in his head, he thought I was supposed to say, hey, come by. I'm barbecuing for us. But I did say I'm cooking for us on this day. So why would I say come by? That's how I thought about it. He felt like I should have said something as far as like inviting him. You let me know what you think down in the comments. I think that was kind of asinine to me when he just could have came by. But anyway, he says to me on Sunday when he comes by to get the medicine, like, hey, I'm at the park. I'm gonna go up here and barbecue. Not that he's inviting me. He's just telling me that he's at the park. So I'm like, okay, cool. And he's like, I'm only gonna be up here for a few hours. No, I'm not gonna say that. He said a couple. So to me, a couple is 2 to 4. At this time, I'm seeing him. It's about 11ish. So I'm like, okay, maybe about 4ish he'll be done. I didn't hear from this man no more until Sunday night. He came up to the bar. At that time, I'm over it. I actually did us a whole surf and turf for him and I. Dungeness crabs. Um, Fat ass crabs too. And I don't even think I took a picture of them. That's just crazy. But Dungeness crabs, chicken wings, lamb chops, and then I made a spice rice. Something small. I didn't cook for nothing real big or anything. Just something small for me, him, and my babies. I didn't hear from him. So now I'm feeling like, what the fuck is going on? And when I did see him at the bar, we leave, we talk, we riding around, we get to my house. And all this time, he's like, I'm sorry I didn't call you, and I can't be the perfect guy for you. And he's saying like this crazy shit. And I'm like, dude, I don't need a perfect guy. That don't exist. I just want somebody to pay attention to me and let me know what the fuck is going on with them. And you're not doing that. I'm just trying to literally have a conversation with him. Like, I'm talking normal, calm. I'm not being disrespectful. But yet he's being loud and belligerent for some reason. And then he says to me, well, you can cuss at me. I can't cuss at you. I've never said you couldn't cuss at me, but you don't have to be loud about the shit. And I'm like, well, now I've gotten loud with you. I've had a reason to. You don't have a reason to be loud with me right now. I'm not even getting, like, I'm asking a simple question. And the only question I asked was, what was going on? Like, you knew I was cooking for us today. But he felt like I should have been like, you needed to be here with me. Like, I should have asked him to just come over. Like, dude, you knew I was cooking for us. Why you just couldn't come? Or at least let me know, like, hey, Q, I'm going to be up here a little bit longer, or I'm finna go home after this. Like, even if he would have told me something, I ain't going to lie, y'all, and he didn't come, I still would have been salty. You putting more effort into these people that's paying you than putting effort into building a relationship with me that you're beginning. Yeah, I know you love to cook. I know you love to help people. That's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but when you are prioritize the relationship that you're trying to build with somebody that you claim that you love and you want to be with. So that's why I say I'm stupid. I'm not as smart as I thought I was going back into something that was toxic like that, because that wasn't smart of me, because my feelings was hurt. Because I'm like, that shouldn't even happen like that. Like, some of the stuff that he said to me, I was like taken aback. Like, damn. Like, he literally got out my vehicle, slammed my door. Because I went, I followed him home and he got in my truck and we just drove around the city for a minute and talked. And then we made it to my house and we sat outside. And not even 2 minutes I was quiet. He literally got out my vehicle, slammed my car door, and like walked home. I don't understand what I did. And my whole thing is, I'm not even putting myself up there to be like, I wasn't wrong in nothing I said, but I literally feel like I didn't say anything wrong. I didn't disrespect him. I didn't come at him sideways or bogus. I literally was just like, is it a way you can let me just rewind. Because Thursday night, he actually told me that because his friends pay him, he was like, I guess I do I guess I do pay more attention to my friends because they pay me to work for them. So do I need to pay you to spend time with me? No, not doing that, sir. My experience with this man was good to a certain extent, but then it was toxic. Like, he's toxic. I'm not gonna allow that to make me toxic, but I did hurt my own feelings because I expected something out of him that I shouldn't have expected. I shouldn't have expected that. I shouldn't have expected, him to just know to be come over and stuff. But at the same time, you know, I've talked I talked to my boss about it, and he's an older guy, and he was just like, he should have been there. I'm like, I feel the same way, but trying to look at it from different areas. Honestly, I think that's the problem that most people, most men or women have with me, you know, because I've dated women too, but I think that's the problem they actually have with me is that the fact that I can actually look at all the different parts, like this part, that part, and that part. I can look at all four angles of the situation. I can understand some stuff, but then I'm like, come on now. If you really think about it, and everybody's mind works different. But what you want to do is be able to connect with someone who will connect with you mentally. And when you have an argument with somebody, it's not about winning or losing the argument. It's really about finding peace and coming together and being like, okay, I can do this better. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I say all this to say, this is somebody I did. Look, I'm saying it already in past tense. I'm a true tourist for real because I'm gonna let this situation go. Somebody I truly cared about. Um, However, I'm not even gonna hold on to that because even though he's a mechanic, and mind you, I have to take my vehicle to back to where I got it from, like in a few hours. And he's supposed to be writing me up a receipt, and he didn't even finish that. So now I have to actually do the shit myself. He said he had this shit to do. He couldn't go with me tomorrow, but we could have got down there early. He still could have got back in time because it's not far. It's literally under an hour. But hey, that's